In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best shooting guards right now in NBA 2K25 My Team. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below what shooting guards are you guys currently rocking on your squad, and of course, let me know what you guys would change about my top 10. But at number 10, I do have the free level 40 from season 5, and that's going to be Dark Matter Brandon Roy, specifically talking about the Pro Pass version. I don't think the free version would also be a top 10 shooting guard, but I do think Brandon Roy is still very elite offensively, especially 6'6" at shooting guard, 6'8" wingspan. The offensive stats are great: 98 driving dunk, 98 vertical, has Hall of Fame poster, has a 97 3, 98 mid-range, 97 speed, 97 agility. Like, really good stats and badges for this Dark Matter Brandon Roy, and he does come with 25 Hall of Fame badges. He's got a great jump shot as well, one of the quickest releases in this game. The only flaws about this card, in my personal opinion, is not having the best fade. It is normal, so it's definitely decent, but if he had like Pro 2 fade, would definitely make him a slightly better card. And also, I'm not a huge fan of his movement. I think his movement is okay enough to get him by, and he can still score the ball at a very high level, and it's definitely good enough for this Brandon Roy card. But is it the elite of the elite SIGs? No. Like, he doesn't have Garland dribble style. He doesn't have, for example, Kemba or Trey or Curry escape, which I do think are probably the three best in the game. And then, he doesn't have the, Kawhi behind the back, or the Garland behind the back, or, even the Shea behind the back. Like, it's just not a great behind the back, being the John Morant. So not the best of dribble sigs on Brandon Roy, but other than that, and maybe the Pro 2 fade, this card is very elite at the shooting guard position. Number 9 is going to be Gally Simple Nick Young. This card to me just plays extremely well in game offensively. Like, one of the best offensive shooting guards in this game. 6'7" at the 2, 7-foot wingspan. Sure, his defense isn't great, but then it's not horrible. Like, you can get by with this. He's got a good frame. He's got good height at shooting guard. You're not going to notice this card getting blown by every single possession. Is he your lockdown defender? Do you probably need to have like a Dyson Daniels next to him, or a really good defensive small forward? Yes, most likely you want to have a good defensive card around Nick Young. You don't want to put him alongside other bad defenders or other not like great defenders. But I mean, you can hide him on defense if you're really worried about this card. But what he gives you offensively is one of the best jump shots in this game. That Cameron Thomas base is so elite this year. The Benedict Mathurin upper is very good as well, on very quick timing. And then look at his SIGs: Booker dribble style, Curry size up, Kemba escape, Jamal behind the back. I mean, great slashing card, all around an absolute beast, especially offensively at the shooting guard position. Number 8, I do have Dark Matter Ron Artest. Now, this card is a complete 180, a complete 360, not 360, a complete 180 compared to Nick Young. He is all about the defense. 6'7" at the 2, 6'11" wingspan, and take a look at those defensive stats: 99 steal, 99 perimeter, 98 block, and a 98 interior defense, with some of the best Hall of Fame defensive badges in this entire game. He's also got a great jump shot. I do think the Markelle Fultz base kind of hurt this jump shot a little bit compared to his pink diamond. His pink diamond did have the Rudy Gay base and the Rudy Gay upper. I think if it was that jump shot on very quick timing, he would have had a better jump shot, just in my personal opinion. But I do think his release is still knocked down, especially in the catch and shoot. I think where this card could potentially be better is obviously his dribble sigs. Russell Westbrook dribble style, Luka escape isn't the best. Scottie Pippen behind the back isn't my favorite either. So the thing with this card, it's like, he's great. He's a really good shooting guard. He just does lack some offense, but I think for his defensive ability, one of the best defending shooting guards in this game, I do have him at number 8. Number 7, though, is going to be Invincible. Sorry, not Invincible. I always get the tier mix for some reason. But the 100 overall Vince Carter at number 7. 6'6" shooting guard, 6'9" wingspan. Obviously, great stats and badges. Like, to have 99 in every single category is very nice to have, and to also have 30 Hall of Fame badges is great. The thing about this card, I think he's just a better Brandon Roy, where he's got probably a better jump shot. He's got the Pro 2 fade, but he also just doesn't have the best of dribble sigs, in my personal opinion. Not a huge fan of Ant behind the back. Not a huge fan of Kobe escape this year. CJ McCollum size up, not a huge fan of either. And De'Aaron Fox dribble style is decent, but it's not anything crazy. So I do think he's just a better Brandon Roy, where he's, better defensively. He's probably just a little bit better offensively because of his jump shot. But they both, to me, have very mid dribble sigs for how good both of those cards are, compared to Dr. J, who I think Dr. J is almost on the same level defensively as a Vince Carter. He does, play a little bit bigger in game because of his size, 6'7" compared to 6'6", and 6'11" wingspan compared to only 6'9" wingspan. I do think he has a slightly better player model. Also, having that afro makes him look like 6'8", maybe even 6'9" in game. I think slashing wise, he's just as good, maybe even better, maybe even slightly better at slashing for Dr. J. But the thing about this card is, To me personally, I think it's a more consistent jump shot than Vince's release, and I also do like his sigs more just because of this behind the back. That Kawhi behind the back might be one of my favorite in this game. If you can trigger it easily, it is so overpowered, and I feel like it creates so much separation and so much space. And overall, I do think Dr. J is just a slightly better card than Vince Carter at the shooting guard position. Number 5, guys. Number 5, though, guys, is going to be a card that I was super sleeping on when he first dropped, and I think that's probably just because how many great cards were dropping that day in the Signature Series sets when the festival obviously did get released, that this Klay Thompson card is actually really good at shooting guard. 6'6" at the 2, 6'9" wingspan, obviously the 99 stats, the really good Hall of Fame badges. But where Klay excels is having a good jump shot, having the Pro 2 fade, and I would say very good dribble sigs across the board. His jump shot is money on very quick. It seems like he's a very consistent three-point shooter, of course. I mean, it's Klay. His dribble sigs are okay. They're not the best of dribble sigs, but I do think the Klay Thompson card is actually very underrated, and I do think is a top 5 shooting guard. Number 4, I got Kawhi Leonard. To me, he's just a better Artest. He's a card that plays slightly better defense in game just because of his wingspan being 7'3" compared to Artest's only being 6'11", and we also just know Kawhi Leonard because of the motion style and just because of this card in game. He plays elite level defense. I also think he's got a slightly better jump shot. I think his dribble sigs are also better, I would say, than Ron Artest's. Like, Devin Booker dribble style is a lot better than I think Ron Artest's Russell Westbrook dribble style. And then you got, you know, the Kawhi Leonard behind the back, of course, is really, really good. He's actually got better movement than Ron Artest by quite a bit. He's also a slightly better defender with a slightly better jump shot. But I do think both of those cards are very comparable at the shooting guard position. Number 3, I got Carmelo Anthony. I could actually see an argument, and I could understand an argument of Kawhi being better than Carmelo. But to me, if a card has Cameron Thomas base, I just love them. I love this base with my whole heart. Like, I just love this base. I don't know what, for whatever reason, it's just so good to me. Probably because I just use Pink Diamond Michael Beasley, and I just love that card. But a really good jump shot with Oscar upper as well. Very quick timing. Has the Curry fade, Fox dribble style, Carmelo Anthony size up, Curry escape, Levine behind the back. Low key, Kawhi has better movement. I do think Kawhi has slightly better movement. I think Carmelo has the better jump shot. And just because of his overall stats, I'm going to give this slight edge to Carmelo Anthony. But very, very close debate there between Carmelo and Kawhi. Number 2, though, I think number 2 and number 1 are very obvious. We got Tracy McGrady at number 2. I mean, a 6'8" shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan. Really good stats and badges across the board, of course, but the jump shot's amazing. Really good release, Curry fade. But the big difference is this is the first card we've talked about that actually has almost the best dribble sigs at every single one. Like Darius Garland dribble style, best dribble style in the game. Steve Francis size up, best size up in the game. Kemba escape has an argument to be made for the best escape in the game. And then the name behind the back, I don't think is all that great, but like 3 of the best dribble sigs in this game on a 6'8" shooting guard with a good jump shot, good fade. That's a 100 overall card. He's easily going to be number 2. And then, of course, guys, at number 1, it's invincible Kevin Durant. 6'10" shooting guard, 7'5" wingspan. Ridiculous to have 12 legend badges equipped on this card once you do get him. Right, Deadeye on legend, Limitless on legend. That's just unbelievable, man. Like, I could not imagine facing this card. I don't think I've ever played him besides maybe once in the Triple Threat Park when I was playing with my friends. I have used this card quite a bit on Bounty's account, and man, this card an absolute sniper. He's got a great jump shot that gave him the Julian Strawther base, which is one of the best bases in this game. His fade is so good. Personally, for me, going right, I love his fade. He's got the Garland dribble style, the Steve Francis size up, the Curry escape, and the Trey behind the back. Trey behind the back is one of the best in this game as well. So overall, guys, invincible Kevin Durant, I do think is the best shooting guard. Not that that's any kind of surprise to anybody or a big shocker, but just for me personally, you know, I do think he's the best shooting guard. But let me know in the comment section down below, you know, if you guys would change anything about my top 10, maybe some shooting guards that I missed in this top 10 that you guys would also include. I'm sure some people will say probably Jerry Stackhouse. I do think Jerry Stackhouse is a close top 10 shooting guard. He was probably number 11 for me personally, maybe Jason Richardson, but there's not a really huge fan of that Jerry Stackhouse card. But overall, I do think he's a really good option as well. But that's my top 10, guys. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.